Hey friends, welcome to the Flite Test Tech channel. I'm Josh. If you guys haven't ever been to the Flite Test Tech channel before, this is where we do all of our build videos, all of our reviews, all of our overviews, basically all the educational stuff to hopefully give you the ability to repeat the experiences that we're oftentimes showing on the show. Today we're going to be checking out and giving you a brief overview of the Master Series Spitfire designed by John Overstreet. So back at the beginning of Flite Test, we had a plane that was designed originally by David Vinestall called the FT Spitfire, and since then it's probably one of our most popular warbirds specifically for the trainers. It was one of the easiest to fly, but still carry the scale lines of a warbird. Years down the road when we did the MiG-3 and we started using techniques like molding the foam instead of rather the poster board, we promised you guys a Spitfire V2, and frankly, I didn't deliver at all with that. But our good friend John Overstreet made that promise come true. He's now designed what we call the Master Series Spitfire. The Master Series Spitfire is different from the original because all the foam is going to mold together, not fold together. That's kind of the differentiating term between our swappables and our Master Series. Instead of doing A folds and B folds, which you will have a couple of in here, you're actually shrinking and molding the foam to give beautiful smooth curves and airfoils. John did an amazing job with recreating many of the scale lines on the Spitfire, like the long elliptical wings, and also the way that the front nose goes from round shaped to more of a boxed off square shape. So for build experience, I promise you, if you take your time and follow the free build video step by step that John does, you're gonna have no problem building this airplane. Really, it just comes down to patience, where you gotta make sure you let the glue joints thoroughly dry before moving on to your next step. When it comes to flying, this plane is beautiful in the air. One thing to keep in mind is that this plane does like to fly more on the responsible side. You can't really abuse it like the original Spitfire because it doesn't have the undercambered wingtips. Keep a little bit of speed and it's gonna track and fly beautifully. And a really good tip is to make sure you take your time and set up your control throws to about 12 degrees up and down for low rates and about 14 to 16 degrees for high rates. I love running 30% expo all around on all the control surfaces because this makes the stick movement nice and soft in the center. It gives you the ability to do the long strafing runs, low passes without any stress whether you're in high rates or low rates. This plane was designed to go around a Power Pack C. Now a Power Pack C is a 2218 motor, and if you get our Power Pack, you'll have everything you need to complete it. From the motor to the ESCs to the servos to the extension wires. Battery choice is really critical with this. You can fly in a battery as light as a 2250 4-cell or go all the way up to a 3000 milliamp 4-cell. If you're flying a 2250, you're going to want to make sure you put it all the way up in the front of the nose. A 3000 milliamp 4-cell is really kind of the battery of choice that we like to go to, especially in the Master Series Warbirds. It gives it nice weight, great flight times, and makes it track beautifully with the heavier wing loading. This has a 48-inch wingspan, which should easily fit in the backseat of any car. The wings are actually glued on, so keep that in mind if you have a smaller compact car. Center of gravity is crucial with this. Make sure your center of gravity is about 2 inches from the leading edge, and any time that you fly it for the first time, I always recommend favoring on the more nose heavy side rather than the tail heavy side. As always, we have free build plans that will go along with this, but if you're interested in our speed build kit, which comes out about a month earlier than our free build plans, you can get that now. The speed build is going to kit all your foam pieces, your firewall, your control horns, your push rods, everything you need with the exception to the electronics, and of course the paint that you want to finish it off with. All of our planes are designed to be flown off of our most basic 4-channel, but I strongly recommend if you have a computerized radio, go for something like 6-channel, because that's going to give you the ability to tap in with separate servos for your ailerons, have individual control, and even program things like differential on the ailerons. Now since this plane doesn't have a landing gear, you are going to need to hand launch it. An easy way to do an underhand hand launch, especially with warbirds that are low wings, is to grab it just in front of the canopy, angle the nose between 30 and 40 degrees up, and with about 3/4 throttle, give it a nice soft toss, kind of like you're doing an underhand lob to your best friend with a softball. Now if you have a friend hand launching for you, it's really easy. All they have to do with their right hand is support the back of the fuselage, their left hand can go right underneath the wing, and they can just gently toss it up at about a 20-degree angle. Landings are incredibly easy with the Spitfire. All you need to do is get your wings nice and level, and oftentimes I like to bring it in around half throttle and slowly bleed off the airspeed slowly, holding it above the ground. You're going to find that this almost nearly stops in midair before it touches down. As far as aerobatics, everything that the original Spitfire could do, this can do as well. Don't expect to do any kind of 3D maneuverability. Everything is going to be long, smooth lines, big open loops, nice barrel rolls, inverted flight. This plane will recreate all the maneuvers that the classic one did. So as always, a big thank you to you guys in your community, and John, great job on this. This is his 4th design that's been released through Flite Test. We're really excited about many more to come, not only from him, but from other amazing minds in the community. And also you notice on this plane that we're flying that we have a vented foam spinner. This is an in-house design. We're going to call it the FT Spinner. Look for it in the near future. Thanks for being part of the Flite Test family. We'll see you next time.